All right. It's been a while since we posted any videos on this project. This is the 68 Riviera, kind of pro touring-esque, kind of Restomod kind of thing going on here. So we haven't posted anything for a while. We've just been busy working on a lot of different stuff. My cars, other stuff as well. So anyways, we're gonna do kind of a rundown, kind of a walk through the progress we've made and what we've got done on this thing so far, and what we got kind of planned for it in the future. So let's take a look. So this is kind of the look that we're going for on this thing, is trying to give it a bit of a, at first glance looks like a big block Buick. I don't know, something like that kind of looking thing. So anyway, so we've got the exhaust manifold things worked out. That wasn't really easy task, but passenger side fit fine. Driver side really was a matter of, and I think we posted in some videos of clearing the steering box. So we removed part of the collector area and it still wasn't enough. So I ended up taking these things down to my buddy's machine shop, and I actually angle milled that manifold so it kind of kicked that collector in a little bit. So we took that surface and just angle milled it. So that worked out pretty good. And I think we're gonna run the stock air cleaner. We took and had it powder coated, and they powder coated over the pitted rust mess. So we're gonna have to fix all that. I don't know, maybe we can find a better one or something, I don't know. But anyways, so this is the Holley manifold. We finally got the fuel rails that were on long-term back order, so we got those on there. Got the Holley mid-mount front accessory drive kit. I love those things. They're super easy to install. They fit nice, they look good, they work good, they come with good pieces and parts and stuff like that. So that's all on there. So we got a radiator in there, and we're gonna have to work on the mounts on the bottom to make it work, but it fits really well and all that good stuff. And there's a factory piece that goes over the top. I think we're gonna see if maybe we'll use that or not, but so that's going on. And some of the little knick-knack stuff we got going on, we did some of the work on the fuel lines and all that fittings and stuff like that. But we got the powered steering hoses all made. Here's the pressure line, here's the return line, going back to the steering box. All that stuff's done. Brakes are bled. I think the next step is to put the factory wiring harness back in the car, get that all routed. Probably one of the more difficult things that's going to take on this is integrating the air conditioning system. We got to get all the stuff to retrofit it, and all the components for the condenser and stuff up front, make sure everything fits, and then make all the lines and all that good stuff. So that's going to be a bit of a task, but we'll work it out. It'll all come together. Hopefully, this car was missing a few items and a few things, so hopefully we can find another one of these cars around to figure that out. But anyway, so one of the things that we also did was we got the transmission that's going to stay in this car in the car, and we'll put the car up in the air and take a look at that in just a second. All right, so we got this thing up in the air, and you all remember our custom oil pan that we made to clear the steering linkage. So we got the transmission in, and the dummy transmission that we used to mock everything up with was out of, I'm not 100% sure what it was out of, but I think it was a van, and I think it was probably somewhere mid 2000s. And the transmission that we ended up using in the car is actually a 4th gen F-body 4L60. So I figured a 4L60 is a 4L60. Well, apparently there's some changes that were made along the way. So one of the things that we realized when we started putting the car in it, that the tail shaft, I don't know if you can even see, but the tail shaft on a 4L60 from an F-body Camaro has a torque arm mount, has these like little tube things that are two on the bottom and one on the top. Well, the one on the top hit the tunnel. And so I ended up swapping the tail shaft with the other transmission, which was no big deal. Tail shaft, same length, everything's exactly the same. And then when we bolted it up, it didn't seem to fit in the tunnel as well as it did. And one of the problems we had was we couldn't get the mount to line up here. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, but our mount is now back further here. So I had to cut the mount that I'd made off, cut this off, and then move it back. For some reason, the earlier transmission is about 3/4 of an inch longer than the newer version of a 4L60. And I was told that it's all, and I can measure this to confirm it, that it's all in this removable bell housing part, and it just moves the whole tranny back, which made it a little tighter in the tunnel by moving it back. I don't know if you can see in here, but this is the connector plug for the ECU, which we don't have. I just happen to have one of these around, and so getting this plug on and off the transmission in the car with the transmission in place may or may not be difficult, so I decided to just install it now. So anyway, so the transmission's in. The next step is figuring out the two-piece drive shaft. I got to get my drive shaft guy over here so we can figure this stuff all out and kind of go from there. All right, so that's where we're at on this thing, and you know, we're making steady progress on it. You know, we've got other things that we do here. You know, we make a lot of parts and work on other projects as well. So this isn't full-time dedicated to this car, but we're making steady progress. Right now, there's a chip shortage. So getting a Terminator X ECU for this thing, yeah, we've been waiting 4 months for it, and I don't know. Maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at. But anyways, I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or comments or anything, you know, go ahead and leave those. It's kind of a unique project, and the family, the estate that owns this car, super cool people. This car has a ton of sentimental value to them, so it's kind of an honor to work on this for them, and it's been a great experience for me, and these videos are really for them. You know, they're some of the family members aren't local, so watching these videos for them kind of gives them, you know, a little bit of insight on what's going on and the progress of the car. So thank you to them for you know, allowing me to do this, and we'll make more videos and update you when we have a bit more progress going on. Thanks for watching.